What's up, guys? Chainlink is back. BTC is sideways. We're going to do a little market update. Got some bullish news, but overall, Bitcoin hanging sideways is good. At least it's not going down off this major resistance. But go ahead and pour in, get your coffees, get your drinks, and we're going to make it a good Thursday, guys. We're going to close out this week strong. And thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you very much. I'll be right back in 5 minutes. Hey, good evening, everybody. Yo, good to see you guys in here. Good to see you guys in here. We got a couple of OGs. We got Gazgano, man. Thanks for holding it down with the wrench. Cold War, Nightshade, Anthony, Mr. Carmoot, and Satoshi Nakamoto. Hell yeah, all you guys are in here. Good to see you guys. So man, I checked the charts. I was like, holy smokes, man, look at Chainlink. Today, Chainlink really bounced back. So I did a little bit of research, and Chainlink is finally starting to fulfill its purpose with the smart contracts and all that stuff. You know, this is all complicated stuff, but when it translates to price, I get excited, right? And so, you know, Link is something I've been holding for a while because like it tends to trend really good on ETH, and we see it shooting up. We see it shooting up over its April Q2 anchor. We see it shooting up over its year to date, and actually it's still under the year to date, but it is now above the Q2 anchor. Let's slap a little anchor on May to see how it's doing. So the May anchor is going to be for the next 2 weeks our steady base of support. So as long as it can hold, right now all it has to do is stay over $14, and it's strong. So it's really running, really looking strong, just piercing through these anchors. So Chainlink has indeed regained it. Like, this is what I like to see. I don't think it's too late to get into this in terms of big picture, but what we could do is we could look up Link ETH. You know, this is a really good pair to look at. You can see that we're coming up on that money flow, bullish diverged, and we're over those anchors there. Link BTC, let's see how this is looking. Looks like there's a long ways to go before we hit that year-to-date anchor, so there's a pretty sizable gap here. A pretty big move if Chainlink does end up filling that gap there. So I'm gonna do a little swap tonight and let my VIP know, but I think I'm gonna load up on a bit of Chainlink because this is the news that I kind of been waiting for to bail us out of the gulag on Chainlink, and I do believe in Chainlink. I was just waiting for some strength after the dip to to really like throw some money behind it and put my money where my mouth is. So that was cool, seeing Chainlink finally do something. Another thing I was looking at is our ETF flows. So our ETF flows updated here on the block website, and you can see that the flows of Bitcoin ETFs are rapidly increasing here. Like you see on the 13th, it was only 66 million. Yesterday, or on the 14th, it was 100 million. Now it's 300 million. So the flows are picking up. And what's interesting is that the flows are picking up despite BTC being kind of sideways. So either way, like it is good to see the ETFs, the flows picking up a bit. And in the stream yesterday, we were talking about how Bitcoin did hit some major resistance. And hopefully my volume's good. I always just get right into the spiel and I don't even ask if the volume's good. But you guys hear me loud and clear? Awesome. Awesome. And it's good to have you guys in, man. Thanks for joining me once again on this Thursday evening. Got one more day this week to figure out what's going on with Bitcoin here, man. And then you guys are alone on the weekend. So man, hopefully Bitcoin does some sort of decision from this level tonight, or like tomorrow, basically. Otherwise, we'll have to pick it up Monday and figure it out. But as we were going over last night, when you have a downsloped anchor, it's simply not going to shoot up and pierce through that, right? It's just not. Like, the anchor needs to kind of flatten out a bit, and to get frothing and ape-like on any asset, you do want the price to be over, and you want the price to be bouncing on top, right? Like this moment right here is your ape moment. And so we're still a little bit like, we're still battering some major resistance here. This is our all-time high volume weighted average price. makes sense that we pump up and get snagged on this level. This is a really important level. The fact that it was down sloped shows us that there's a very clear short scalp there, and that short scalp did play out a little 2.8%er there. When we go into the small time frames, what was the play that happened? We were talking about this a little bit on the stream, but it was a little premature. We hadn't gotten the bearish trigger wave yet on yesterday's stream. We were still like around here, right? We were like at this point, but we saw the bear div, and I was not afraid to call it out because we're at that key resistance level, right? So that gives me the confidence to look for a bearish anchor trigger setup on Bitcoin. And so you see the price coming up higher, but you see the oscillators coming down, right? And you're kind of anticipating that trigger wave. You see the big anchor blob, and then you get that little trigger blob, and within this little trigger blob is a bear div. You see the waves tumbling down and the price coming up. And I wonder what it was doing around the intraday. Let's pull up the intraday VWAP here. Intraday gives you that last confirmation. I believe that this red candle right here was like pretty much the final straw that broke the camel's back, right? Because you're rejecting off of the all-time high, not only the all-time high anchored VWAP, but the intraday VWAP, and you got the bearish anchor trigger. So this is a prime example of MC basic strategy with some key macro anchored VWAP backup and just an intraday VWAP play. And so this was a beautiful little short scalp here that played out. And where do we find support? We find support on the Q2. So Bitcoin is trying to hold sideways here as was predicted. We didn't come crashing down to the poop line or anything like that yet. This could create a larger anchor trigger. It's too early to tell, especially because the anchor still is a little bit downsloped, and so it is kind of in a down to sideways ranging kind of environment. That's the environment that I want you guys to recognize that we are in with Bitcoin. And so that being said, since we did pump over, we're over the year-to-date anchor down here. That anchor slapped on the first of the year, and we're over the quarterly anchor. The anchor slapped on April, and we're over the May anchor. The anchor slapped on May 1st. This all puts us in a kind of bullish posture, and so it does make sense that we are trying to get a little bounce off of the Q2 anchor here. Another thing going on is we have a larger head and shoulders pattern here, with the neckline being this dynamic Q2 old resistance, now trying to find it as support. And so can we get this whale splash? Can this whale splash hold? And can we get some sideways up? That would be nice, but we might get some sideways down as well. Find some support on that rising monthly anchor, and then have a explosive move to the upside. But it does seem to me like we broke out of that bullish head and shoulders pattern, trying to find if we can confirm it as support before our continuation to the upside. Now, what would change my stance on this is if we break and fall below the May anchor. Like if we come to this and then we start dumping, that would be a little bit concerning. We might have to come back down to that year to date, but how many hits can the year to date take before this overall, like let's say this were to happen, right? Like a downward spike like this, we puncture through the poop line, we break the May anchor, and we fall all the way down to the year to date. You're in a kind of it's a tough situation because you're in this kind of bigger downtrend. The year to date is getting more and more flat, and it's the bounceability on top of it is getting less and less with each test. So we don't want the year to date to be battered. We don't want the gates of our macro support to be battered too much. You want to be gentle with the year to date. I want to see some strength up here at these levels. I want to see us holding over Q2 for some bullish follow through. So smash the likes if you like my Bitcoin TA. Nice measured analysis using some important volume weighted dynamic supports and resistances. I try to be non-biased. You guys know I'm a bull tard, right? I'm a freaking bull tard, but I come on here and I give you the scoop, man. Give you the scoop. Jib says, shout out FG buying MC tomorrow. Thanks again. Yes. So we have a macro code, guys. Anybody who doesn't have MC, now's your shot. Click my affiliate link in the description below, and you're going to use code AMIGO at checkout. That's 30% off. But yeah, so CF and I were streaming the other day, and we came up with the code AMIGO, but it's only good till the 20th. So yeah, live life free. Why do I sound like a younger CF? Because I am CF's younger brother. I am his half brother. So yes, we are of the same family, the same blood of my blood. But use code AMIGO for 30% off through the 20th and get the indicator that took the cryptocurrency space by storm. Boom. You got NickCipher A, the oscillator package. You get the best oscillator in the game. You get the support and resistance, which I love. I made a whole strategy, made a whole trading system around volume weighted average price. That's revolutionized trading for so many people that follow me. And I love you guys. I'm so glad to inspire you guys to start trading again. As you, like some of you guys know, some of you guys are newer, but I really bubbled up from like a personal low, you know, at the end of 2022, just like Bitcoin, man. That was my mistake. I made this life mistake of pegging myself to the asset that I love, right? So my life went up and down with the markets. And so, man, when Bitcoin was bottomed out, man, so was your boy FG, man. That was some rough times. But you know, you light the fire. Like, last thing you want to do is back a man into a corner, you know what I'm saying? And so, man, I've been fighting back ever since, bro. We've been roaring back, bullish, and every time Bitcoin hits a low and bounces up, so do I, bro. Like, I just feel the market momentum. My anchoring bias is elite. So join me on this roller coaster ride, man, and I promise to let the hard times make me stronger. And if you guys do the same, man, we're going to build a strong community of traders, up or down, just murdering life, getting fit and in shape and making money and just killing it, man. So yeah, code AMIGO, 30% off through the 20th. Join the movement. And you get that MC Discord too, which is like really good too. You get updates when me and CF go live. You get CF will update you when he enters positions before you see it on Twitter, which is really valuable. And I tell you when I go live and stuff too, and I'm in there, and it's fully modded out. We got full technical support. If you ever have any questions with MC, you could always ask our email or our mods, and we always answer all your questions. And so we're more than just indicators. We're real people helping real people. We're two brothers who are passionate about markets, passionate about trading, and we're here to murder the game, man. What can I say? Good to see you guys in the chats. AZTV, Casablankovic, good to see you. Trench Runner, good to see you again. Digga Crypto, good to see you. Casablankovic says the realest people at MC community. Yeah, man, we really are real MFs, man. Like, we give chances to people that we know are talented. You know, we're just in it to help our people, man. You know, we will reblog you if you are posting MC profits, making MC content. Collab us on Instagram. Like mention us in your stories, mention us in your profits. If you're making good MC related content, let me know, and you're part of the family. That's another big value of owning MC, is it unlocks the potential to be like a personality in and of yourself. Like, you join our family and you get to know people like Jason Casper and myself and my brother Trader Geo, all these people that are like, you know, giants in the space. You join the family, and it's like a big network, and we help and support each other. And so we can help you get like a broad-based career lifted off the ground as a trader or an investor or influencer or whatever you want to do, man. But I would advise you guys, you know, if you're looking for if you want to dedicate your life to the markets, crypto, all these things, like you could just be a trader, or you could come about the market and you could hit the market from a bunch of different ways, man. You could have a whole career, you know, selling all sorts of shit, be more on the producer side of things. That's when I started this channel. You know, a little bit was out of my personal ambition, but a lot of it was just, I just wanted to step into the shoes of one of these NickCipher traders that I was watching for the last couple years, and, you know, just provide this steady baseline, you know, for all of them, let them know that, like, I'm watching them, that MC is here supporting its own people, that we know what it's like to be someone who's using our software and going live and all these things. So I'm here for the traders, and I'm here for the YouTubers as well. So yeah. So Bitcoin sideways, you know, I'm feeling like we're gonna have to play around sideways in these levels between the all-time high anchor and the Q2 anchor. It's gonna be a pretty tight range. If we do fall, we fall down to the May anchor currently at 61,865. But if we can break up over the weekend, that would be quite bullish. Now, in terms of targets, how high could we go? I'm gonna take the Q2 anchor, and I'm gonna add a band multiplier on Bitcoin here. And we're gonna see how high this could go. So this gives us a kind of statistical projection as to, like, the volatility. We're looking at about a 13% pump on Bitcoin if we can shoot out of the gulag here, which is really not a bad move. That would cause a big stir for sure. And some people have been asking me, like, does FG, are we going into like a double top scenario? I don't really know, man. I would have to see what the oscillators look like at those levels. And you know, we would have to really come up, and then, like, you know, at this point, if it comes down and we're slamming back down under anchors again, you know, the anchors come up like this, I don't know, and then, like, we come back down, and now we're testing like that year to date, and it's looking weird again, and we're, you know, then at a point like this, I would say maybe it is we're at a point like that, you know. But I can't answer that question, guys. I don't know, man. I think it's impossible to tell if this market is going for a double top or something at this current point. We would have to see it. We would have to see evidence of that actually happening. So for the time being, we're a little bit sideways in the midst of a bullish May. May is bullish, and I'm just going to continue going with this yippee-you-ki-yay kind of May, kind of pray in May and don't walk away. I guess April was the bullish month, or April was the bearish month, and so far May's been pretty good, interestingly enough. So I'm gonna do a video on this, but there's a strategy, a monthly anchor strategy, that I want everyone in this stream to know, because I believe that it's gonna help you guys make money. So at the start of every month, I want you guys to place a volume weighted anchor on the first of the month on that candle. And so what we see here on Bitcoin is that was this day, right? So that's that green May anchor. Now the previous month, April, was over here, right? And so look what happened. So the price was bearish on April, right? And we dump all the way down, and all of April was a bearish month. And then May comes around, and what do? We immediately come up and we test. If we go into the smaller time frames here, we immediately come and test the previous month. We pump up 11%, 12%, and we immediately run back to that April anchor and test it as a resistance. And so this is a play that I want you guys to look at. It's the start of the month play. The first few days of every month, count on whatever asset you're looking at. I want you to form an idea that we need to first retest the previous month's anchored VWAP before any sort of price discovery or move or market decision can be made. And so if we do the previous month, I wonder what that would look like here. But I notice across a multitude of assets, this leapfrogging action from month to month, monthly anchor to monthly anchor. So if we put an anchor on March, I wonder if this like continues back on Bitcoin. Let's see here. Okay, so this was March. We're running on March. Okay. Oof, man, I gotta get rid of some of these bands here. This is messing everything up. Let's see. And what we want when you're doing this strategy is you want to pick an asset where there is a sizable gap from where you are currently to the previous month's anchor. So it looks like if you were to go back and do from like March to April, you can see that like when we got that April anchor, it did dump back. You see how it dumped down to that March anchor there? So we did get that short scalp move off the start of the month. As soon as April 1st came, there was a big short down to that March anchor, and we even came down super far below it. So we did have a sizable move from April 1st back down to the March anchor, which I will just recolor here yellow right there for a second. But you see that move, guys? You see right at the start of the month, boom, slams back down. But in this case, not only do we test March's anchor, but we slice through that shit and we continue down. That was gnarly, man. So count on the start of every month, that monthly leapfrog going from anchor to anchor. And that's like free money, man. That's free money. So there's a couple other charts I want to go over and then I'll take suggestions. One is H-bar. Looks like H-bar is holding this kind of rising channel here. The momentum is coming up. How's it look on the daily? Daily has a little bit of upside. The money flow has returned. I believe that H-bar could continue up. I'll have to keep monitoring it, but the weekly looks pretty good. We got a bearish candle, but then we just invalidated it, excuse me. So H-bar is looking pretty good. If we look at Sol BTC, I believe that this is an amazing pair to look at. So Sol BTC, if you had to pick ETH BTC or Sol BTC, clearly Sol BTC is the superior chart. If you're going to swap, basically Sol is the better beta to Bitcoin's alpha in your portfolio. Like your portfolio is probably mostly Bitcoin, right? As a hedge against altcoin volatility and shit coins. And it's like, what's your big number two? What's the big number two? What's the big shit coin? You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's Solana right now. As much as we want ETH to come roaring back, right now it is Solana. When we look at ETH, there's a chance that it could come back, but why would you leave it to chance when we're under all these anchors? You look at ETH BTC, and it's just dying, dude. It's just dying for the time being. This really needs to come up so much for us to regain faith. Like ETH BTC could pump 9% and then just dump again back down into hell because you're just underneath this downsloped Q2 sentiment. This just looks terrible, bro. It has a lot of work to do before you consider ETH BTC as a pair. Like these anchors need to be aimed up. You know what I'm saying? And this chart needs to be bouncing on top of these anchors like this for you to consider swapping more BTC for ETH. Like, I'm sorry, but this is just a very shitty pair, and I'm gonna continue to shit on it. As much as I love ETH, it's like your best homie. He's fat now, and like, you know his girlfriend's cheating on him, and like you gotta like sit him down and tell him that like things gotta change, man. Like, he's just ain't who he used to be, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's Ethereum right now. He's your fat homie who's got to go to the gym and like get his money up and shit. It's terrible, bro. I don't even like looking at it, man. Honestly, ADA, I hate to say this, but Cardano looks better than Ethereum. That Ethereum chart I was just looking at. That's like the worst chart in crypto. F tier shit coin, poop, shame, stone cold survival. Solana is just mogging it, bro. It's like you're in a picture with a guy who's like a foot taller than you and jacked and rich, and you're just mid. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like getting mogged. And I'm sorry that I brought up ADA. Why am I showing you guys Cardano, man? I don't want to. I'm trying not to ruin your night. I'm trying to make your night here with some good analysis. If we look at the S&P 500, we like to look at the S&P because it tells us what the environment for cryptos is going to be. And you know, there's probably a little bit more upside, but we are seeing some downward action below the intraday VWAP right now. So I'm not really sure if man, is this divergent? Little bit of a money flow divergence here. Money flow is kind of just flat as that price keeps going up. Not a very convincing blue wave divergence, except for like this smaller wave here, you know, on the 30-minute time frame did have a bear div, and that is why we slammed under the intraday. I would personally expect us to actually go sideways here and continue up to the top of the volatility band. But I might be wrong, guys. I might be wrong, and maybe we do have to come back down to the May 1st anchor and do something kind of sharper before a move up like that. Maybe there's some volatility in store for the S&P here. If you guys see any like more convincing wave readings, let me know in the chat. But the 4 hour, I actually see the money flow coming back. It's just the blue wave, directionally speaking, you know, is aiming down for the time being. But when I look at the weekly, guys. The weekly is like getting bailed out, it seems like. You see a green dot here. And the yellow oscillator shows no sign of tiring on the S&P's weekly. So that makes me think that we have to go to the top of the volatility band here. But it just seems like there's some turbulence, a little bit of turbulence going on. Maybe we got to fill this little gap down here. Maybe we could put a little anchor on top of that gap, right? Put an anchor on top of that gap and that gap. You could do like some gap trading on the S&P. I believe that, you know, for if we get a full 65-minute candle close under this anchor right here on the S&P, I think it's a surefire short scalp down to fill that little gap down there. Wouldn't you guys? And then probably more up from there. If I was a betting man, You guys are saying, ew, brother. We've been on that ew, brother shit all week, man. What is that, brother? AZTV says low is near on ETH BTC. Dude, how do you know, bro? How would you possibly know that, man? You know, like, it does look divergent, but we were divergent here. So like, nah, dude. You're just saying that because you want that to be the case. Because the reality is that if these waves cool up and you see a little trigger wave, are you really gonna keep believing in that chart, bro? I'm not. I sure as hell am not. I need to see this being. This needs to get way more bullish before I'm thinking of any kind of waves below the 60 line on ETH BTC. The only waves that I would even be close to paying attention to on this chart would be these little trigger waves here on like above zero. This is where the action is. Anytime it comes up here, you just short it again. That's the environment that chart is in. That's a poo-poo chart, man. You don't want to get BitBoy green dotted, bro. You don't want to be a meme. Turn yourself into a meme. Man, let's look at some shitcoins. So remember we were talking about last night. We were talking about Pepe seemed a little topped out, right? So is it time for the meme coins to rotate a little bit and like kind of tag each other out? And it's like, oh, it's my turn to pump now. You take a seat, right? That's happening. So we're seeing Floki getting the love it deserves. We saw some hidden bullish divergence, got a pump up. We got a second hidden bullish divergence here. You see the higher low on Floki with the lower low in the wave. Floki is pulling through, man. This is awesome, bro. This is so cool to see the meme coins respecting their bullish posture on the Q2 anchor, and really playing out. And it seems like they're kind of taking turns in they're just like they're team members, man. Like all the memes, these meme communities are like working together, man. It's like a little rotation. Looks like one meme. There isn't one meme to rule them all. There's room for all these memes. There's love for everybody, man. There's enough money to go around. So it's Floki's turn to pump. Let's see how high Floki could go. Floki's got a lot of upside still, I believe. I believe this could go up another about 15 to 20% on that. Haggard in the chat has an interesting comment. He says they're just liquidity pools that have super clean rotations. Super clean, man. I love that these memes are just playing by the rules established. They pretty much do what you want them to do. What's not to love, man? What's not to love about meme coins right now at this current time in history? It's like an acceptance of, it's like the everything bubble. It's the greatest part of the everything bubble, man. It's the single greatest invention of humanity during this wild everything bubble market mania that is going on, man. There's so many bad things happening in the world, and yet they just continue to print money and put it in the markets, and the markets just keep going up. And you know, you see some crazy things. You see those like racist coins on Solana and all these signals of like an everything bubble and like just money being put into stupid shit, you know. But the meme coins are like it's like the Statue of Liberty, bro. It's like a torch shining in the dark of this grim financial situation the world finds itself in today. At least we get to laugh about it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my end of my meme spiel. You know, I just like seeing Floki getting rotated in, getting some love. Pepe did have that short, so we're calling these meme coin moves. We hit the top of that volatility band. You see the bear div, NickCipher, man. Shout out to NickCipher. Greatest indicator in the game. Code Amigo 30% if you use my affiliate link in the description. 30% off through the 20th. Get the freaking indicators, man. And tell them NickCipher sent you. Yeah. What else we looking at, man? Platinum. How's Platinum doing? Oh, okay, so Platinum's having a little cool off here, but you guys know I've been frothing at the mouth about Platinum. How's gold doing? Gold on the 2 hour, I see a bear div here. I see waves pretty flattened out, but the price did continue up. How's the daily look? Pretty big bear div on the daily if this pinches down. Gold definitely at some profit taking levels here. With this wave like looking like this. Looks like an anchor trigger setup on gold, not gonna lie. A lot of ranges left on the table down here. I haven't even done an anchor analysis here. Let's put one on May. Can I even do that? Fuck, man. What about a fixed volume profile? Can I do that? Okay. All right, I'm turning into Jason Casper for a second here, guys, but it does seem like gold, it likes this range that we're in, but if we did have to lose this from a larger bear div on the daily, it's weird being bearish on gold, but I guess if it did have to come down, there's a big zone here. There's a big zone right down here that it could go down to if this does anchor trigger out and turn bearish on you. But I'm not sure. I don't really check gold that much, so I'm going to keep following gold. And overall, obviously I'm bullish on gold, but like macro, right? Generationally speaking, but We'll see, man. This looks like a little bit of a weakness, a weak point. Dollar index. How are we looking here? Potential hidden bull div, actually, where we form, we hold that line of support, right? And the waves have substantially cooled off. So we're getting a little bit of a bounce here on the Dixie. It's a pretty steep hidden div, so I mean, it may not hold. This may have to come down lower. You do have a rising support line here. If we break that, you would obviously expect this to come down and sweep these lows down here. But it looks like the Dixie is having a little bit of a like moment of strength here. That hidden div you can see on the 6 hour, you see it playing out here as well. You see the waves trending down, whereas the price has held an even low on the dollar index. Pop open that intraday VWAP and you do see a little bit of a run going on there. I don't know, but you are in this larger downtrend, and there is a bit of hidden bear div here. Like if we get a little trigger wave here, the waves are coming up, but the price is coming down, right? So I'm probably a little bit of ebbing and flowing, little sideways, then up maybe. I don't know, but only because it's in this kind of up channel. If it breaks this line, we want this ship to go down, man. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, man. We'll continue to monitor that. You, brother. Just reading up on the chat, man. There's a lot of comments. You guys are on fire tonight, man. Thanks for tuning in to my spiel. I will look at some of these altcoins here. Let's look at some of these altcoins. Trench Runner wants me to look at FFIE. Or maybe here, just give me some new recommendations, because I don't even know who's here. I don't know how old this chat is, if this is from like 30 minutes ago or not. So just give me some recommendations. All right, Zach, we'll look at INJ. Yes, smash the likes. Code Amigo, 30% off through the 20th. Get NickCipher 30% off. We got a big sale. We missed that Mother's Day opportunity. Me and my brother are sorry. We want to make it up to you guys. Code Amigo, 30% off. All right, let's look up INJ. Okay. INJ just had a big spike up. This is looking interesting here. Interesting. Still underneath that April anchor. How are we looking on the May anchor? Damn, we're under the May anchor too. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is actually, you know, it needs to actually break up above this level for May to demonstrate itself as a bullish month again. But then if that does happen, it could pump up to not only the Q2 but the top of that volatility band there, bro. So you could be looking at like a 12% pump on your INJ if it can establish itself on that May anchor. But I would wait for it to break this very critical May sentiment here. You've got a slightly downsloped sideways May anchor there. That no move as of yet. You got to see some strength on that May anchor. But if it does show strength, you have a pretty safe move up to that Q2 sentiment. I would think. Yeah, if you're long on it already, it's looking okay, but that's what you're hoping for. Is you're hoping for us to get over $24, and if we can establish over 24, then your long trade looks a lot safer, bro. Currently, you're at like the resistance. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like this is the level to break. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you can break over 24, that's you got a good situation on your hands, man. OG Blockchain, good to see you in, man. He wants to look at WIF. Man, I should have looked at WIF, man. I don't know what I'm thinking. Is WIF doing okay right now? I think that WIF, its time is coming, bro. Its time is coming. Perhaps after Floki has its move, maybe WIF will get a whiff of the action. Right now, though, WIF is a little bit underperforming in terms of the fact that it's like choosing to trade below your May anchor and your Q2 anchor. And so for the time being, WIF is looking pretty weak for a meme coin, not gonna lie. Still biding its time. If we go on to like the 65-minute, let's see here. You know, what's interesting is it does like to trade at this range, right? We do have a very clear bottom support. Look how sideways this is. That is a very sideways price action right there. Almost like it's just kind of waiting on the sidelines, ready to get tagged in on a moment's notice. But you really want to hold this 2.8 level here. You want to see a run on the intraday, and you want to see us reclaim that the $3 level. That's really important. Once we reclaim that $3 level, you're looking at a big play up to like 3.8. You got a pretty sizable pump, 24% pump, if we can come over those anchors there.
Inside the village of the underground. Trick, what you looking at? I ain't your mirror, but I'm quick to serve a pimp slap. Yeah, I thought you knew the deal. Don't tussle with the mag unless you want to rest in peace. You can run and grab your guns, but you can't hide from your demons. Wander the weeds, become a victim of this evil game. Fuck peace, you gotta reap what you sow. Cause in this life there ain't no redo, but you better watch it on. What's the problem, city boy? What you looking at? I ain't your mirror, but I'm quick to peel your cap back. Ain't nothing wrong with breaking bread. It's only when you come for mine, I'm stomping till you dead. Pump. This one's for all your bitches and hoes. These internet gangsters off in the cup with your golds. I'm on the stank, yeah, and as I emerge, I'ma need that crown. Bow down, I paid my dues inside the village of the underground.
Aw, I'm so sorry, guys. I was muted again. I have this cough from Vegas. Oh my gosh, man. Sorry for schmozzing you guys. But yeah, that ZRX chart, man, that shit, the last coin I was looking at, man, like it's over the May anchor, but it's looking, it's under. I like to like look at coins that are trending over their Q2, trending over their year to date. So that last coin was a shit coin. It looked like something could happen for you, bro. But now we're looking at FFIE. We're looking at this, looks like an electricity stock. Don't know much about this one, but we just had a big freaking move, man. Big freaking move here. I see why you're getting me to look at this. Man, let's dig into this, bro. Let's see. This is crazy, bro. This is like absolutely getting saved. It's like doing some GME GameStop shit. This is crazy, man. It's pretty like stretched out in terms of its volatility. Like it's really, man, I can't even like make a call on this, bro. It's looking super overstretched. Like it needs to just come down, and there's just really no structure. I would say that we're gonna slap an anchor above this big gap that we got. And even though this thing is running in a very bullish way, I would say that if we lose this anchor right here, you're coming back down to this gap. There's a box right here that this might have to come down to. If this larger div here, like the waves coming down, price going up, right? So if we lose that rising anchor on this stock, I'm expecting it to come down to that little box. Not gonna lie. If we look at the 4 hour, the momentum's looking like it might pinch over. Your yellow oscillator is losing steam. Definitely a risky as hell long. That's not something I would not FOMO into this, you know. Yeah, sorry for the lack of intel. The VWAPs don't do as good of a job at telling you where an upward target could be. If I look at the macro here, if we go on like the monthly chart, I guess it could be coming up to test these old highs at $10. It's just a god candle, bro. A literal god candle. That's crazy, bro. I wish I could do more for you, man. You guys were so pissed about me being muted, man. Oh my gosh. I would be too, bro. If my favorite streamer was muted and just rambling on to nobody, man. Oh my gosh, I'd be so pissed. Okay, I need more recommendations. Aave, I'll look at Aave. I'm so sorry about the mute. I was muted for a long time, bro. I spieled for... That's like what my brother does, dude. He'll like go on for like 30 minutes and he's like, oh shit, I was muted. Aave money flow on the weekly creeping up. Man, we really came down a long way. This overall, in terms of lifetime Aave, right? We really need to come over this 107 level before you even think about like momentum pump 8 mode upside on Aave. So it's some gulag shit right from the get-go, man. But let's see how we're looking here. May anchor, not even over that. So obviously we're under the Q2, and obviously our year to date, it looks like shit. So Aave just looks like VWAP wise looks like shit. Is there a momentum wave play? I do see a little bit of upward curvature for you. The money flow seems to be scooping up. But you also have a reduction of blue waves too, like a downtrend of blue waves. So being under all these big anchors, you know, it's like when you, I don't know, it could pump up here, bro, but is it in a bullish posturing? No. I feel like there's big disappointments in the future with this thing, man. Let's look at Matic. And you know, even if a lot of these shitcoins do pump up and they retest their year to dates and their quarter twos and stuff, I'm looking at the charts, right? And if the momentum waves aren't like really cut and dry for like a swing long, it's like, why, bro? You know, like unless you guys are just like have bags in these coins and you're just like hoping to see if maybe they go up. I get that, you know, but you don't want to be catching any knives, especially if the waves aren't real cut and clear, cut and dry, crystal clear. We've been looking at Matic pretty much every day. It gets recommended a lot, but it's also in this kind of gulag state, man. You know, like if you're a bag holder, I could massage you and say, yes, these waves are trending up. Your money flow is trending up. You're likely going to make a play back up to one of these anchors, but look, they're descending. The anchors are crashing down on you, bro. So these are short opportunities coming at you in the future. You know? Zach wants me to look at Popcat. Is this like a new like cat meme coin or something? I've never heard of this one, man. Looks like an interesting chart. So we don't have much data. So whenever we have a coin with like a very little amount of data, I like to slap an anchor right on its birth, right on its inception. Perhaps even one at the low here. And we'll put one at the high. It is holding a good base of support. The anchor from this low seems to be holding. Let's go on to the smaller time frame, see if there's a play here. Your money flow is coming up. You're getting a little bullish wave here. A nice little, you're getting some bounce action on that all-time low. Anchor there. Could be something. Let's do a monthly analysis here. Let's do our little May and April action. So, you know, May comes around and one of the first things we do is we fall back down to April for some much needed support. We do dig in that support, but then we confirm May as resistance. So, I don't know, it's the issue that I have with this is that May is currently resistance. There's a lot of coins where like it's pumping over its May anchor already. Popcat, May is resistance, but at least you do have that lifetime support underneath you. But you could wait until some strength above the May anchor to really like swing long this thing. Just my take. Right now it's kind of ranging. It's in the gulag. It's between your monthly sentiments. It likes where it's at right now. It's sideways for sure until further notice. It could go over the May anchor and start pumping, but we need to see that first. Popcat is sideways. Ultra Mind Control says PNG. 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 You'll have to let me know. You're looking at this, man, I don't know which of these charts to look at, bro. Is it this pangolin? Is it the pangolin coin you want me to look at, dude? Okay, I see a MEXC chart. So let's take a look at this MEXC chart. Man, look at this stair step bullish action going on Pangolin. The penguin, is this a little penguin coin or something, man? This is kind of cool. This is pretty cool. So it's year to date, shot up real good. We're holding over that year to date. Nice little support there on the year to date. Now when we look at the Q2, Ooh, we shot up over the Q2 as well, man. And let's take a look at the May anchor. Let's take a look at the May anchor. Dang, dude. Okay, so yeah, man, your little pangolin coin is doing pretty cool. Doing pretty good, man. We're over the VWAPs. Longs are favored here. This is a good one, man. You actually see the waves like continuing to trend up. You see a money flow trend that goes in like kind of all the way to the 20th. So, man, how high could this go up? Let's take a look at since we're in Q2, let's do a band on that Q2. Looks like it's already been kind of up there, you know, testing those upper limits of the volatility band. Could go back up there again. Looking a little bearish divergent currently. But also you got these waves trending up on the downside. So I think it's going to continue to keep spiking up there. It looks like this is the price action looks a little weird. Like you get these big spike ups, big sell-offs, quite volatile, quite risky with these like knives. You get these like dangerous little wicks in here. Kind of a nightmare to trade, even though it is over its anchors and it's looking good. But yeah, I mean, overall, I like that it's trending over the anchors, man. I'd say it's a decent pick, man. Good suggestion there. Ed Camp, let's look at Phantom. Oops, that was a spot. Let's look at perpetuals here. Phantom had a good little run. Phantom is doing good on the short term. Do a quick anchor analysis. Coming up over that Q2. Ooh, man, I like what I'm seeing, bro. I like what I'm seeing. Oh, that's a good pick, man. You got a Phantom is a winner, guys. Phantom is a winner. I love this, man. I love this. Boom. Comes down, taps the macro anchor as support, continues up. Right now in a bullish posture. Good potential. Ooh, man, that's volatile, man. That's a lot of upside there. That's a 40% pump if this can really play out on that Q2 anchor, man. My lord. The volatility, this is your payback for that big dump down, bro. It gives you that volatility to the upside when things turn around for you, man. So Phantom, there's something big cooking on that potentially, man. We'll have to keep watching Phantom. I'm gonna add that to my hot list here. Man, could be seeing some Phantom in the crypto bubbles. The crypto bubbles, you might see some of that shit popping up in there in the coming weeks. We'll have to see. Nikhil, ooh, Mr. Ooh wants me to look at QNT. Okay, ooh. Man, oh man, what you got me looking at here, man? What you got me looking at here? You can kind of tell, dude. I can tell when a suggestion is like, man, I put all my money in this shit. Please tell me it's going up. And then it's like, I've been trading this and it's trending, and it's looking good. This is one of those coins where it's like I feel like this guy just like is holding a bunch of this shit coin and hoping it goes up, and he's like hoping FG says like, please tell me it's gonna go up. But that's where this is at, man. You see it's in that bad bearish kind of posture. Like longs are just simply not favored. Catching knife, it's knife catching. Yeah. Daniel Ramirez. I got you, bro. Let's look at AIU. AIU. Oh, it's AI. Okay, I see AI USDT. Got you. Okay, I'm sorry. I sounded stupid there. I am stupid. I'm surprised at how coherent I've been tonight, man. I did 100 ring push-ups and was jump roping all morning. And then I went to the gym and I was boxing for literally 2 hours. I was like fighting my demons in my mind. And I was so tired. When I got home, I just laid on the couch and passed out for an hour. Woke up and I was like, my people, man, I got to stream for my people. The day's not over yet. Looks like AI is down in the doldrums here. Yeah. The last coin we're going to look at is Solana. Let's look at Solana. Solana, guys, is looking strong. Obviously, the Sol BTC pair is a very strong pair. Way better than ETH BTC. You know what I'm saying? So Solana is your premier shitcoin of this bull cycle. It's the second biggest coin in your portfolio, most likely. It's trending on Bitcoin now. It's come up over these anchors. So Solana is looking strong, man. I love to see it. I hate to see it, but I love to see it. You know, how are we looking on the short term on Solana? Let's look at the SR VWAP, because we want to know how this is doing. And I hear my brother is streaming too, so I'm probably going to end this stream after this. Tune in. But it looks like we have some bearish anchor trigger on Solana's 30-minute. I would let this cool off a bit. Let's slap an anchor on May 1st here. And yeah, I see some bearish anchor trigger here. Potentially. But if we slap the bands on Q2, you see the upside potential here. So once this bear div like cools off, if the bear div cools off and we find a low potentially on the May anchor or the Q2 anchor, you're looking at a 30% pump on Solana over the coming weeks or months. So that's the kind of stuff we like to see, is the asset trending over its quarterly anchor, and you can start making guesstimations like that. But thank you guys. Panchetta says, what's your diet? A lot of red meats, coffee, sushi. I get sushi a lot. A lot of like egg omelets. I could definitely work on cutting down on liquid calories. Sometimes I'll catch myself like drinking too many juices or something. I know that like I'm probably sneaking a lot of calories in somewhere. The calories are coming somewhere, man, because diets are not complicated, like, you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna keep doing the boxing and these tough workouts that I've been posting, and I know that you know that it'll all pay off in the end. Panchetta says, do I fast? I don't really fast, man. Maybe I should start fasting. Yeah. But yeah, I've been training hard, and the diet is definitely good. It's like clean eating, but probably just too many calories, man. I got to dial in on the food discipline. Yeah, you are what you eat. So if I am what I eat, then I'm too much. That's what I am. I'm too much of the good stuff, man. That's what FG is, man. That's who I am. But man, there's a big muscly frame underneath this extra neck right here, man. But we're working on it. I'm working on it. I'm gonna make you guys proud. I've been sweating for the blockchain. Sweating for you guys, and hopefully you guys are getting it too, man. Hopefully I've ignited a spark, you know, underneath you to get your ass moving, man. Go for a bike ride, go for a swim, you know, whatever you used to do back in the college days, back in the high school day, the good old days, man, when things were good. Get back to that, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget who you used to be, where you came from. Don't forget what made you, your background. Get active, man. We got to get out there and get this shit. Because if Bitcoin goes to 100K, are you ready for a world where Bitcoin is 100K and us crypto people are elevated again and we're not getting eggs and pies thrown in our face? I want you guys to be looking good and feeling good with me, so that when shit's good, we can go out and network and look good and be on top of the world, man. That's what I want for my community. So how else do I do that other than leading by example and being transparent? So yeah, I'm done tweaking. I'm done yapping. I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to tune into my brother's stream. So I love you guys. I'll catch you tomorrow.